need to score when you're going up against a DePaul team that's been playing as well as they have.
Yeah, and I do want to apologize to everybody. We had a slight technical issue there. For some reason, the stream went down, but hopefully we are back up now. Of course, as Hunter just closed you out there, informing you, DePaul did take game number 2 there, bringing up 2-0 in this best of 7 as we are moving into the next game.
Well, DePaul 2-0 in game 2, 1-0 in game 1. If you are a Butler fan, that first goal is going to be such a relief whenever they do manage to score it in this series, because it feels like they're almost snake bit at this point. Like, they've had the opportunities, but they just missed them wide.
Yeah, and now we are very, very quickly jumping into the next game. I'm looking forward to this. Butler are going to try and bring this back. Of course, they don't want to lose another round. Now, coming into the kickoff, set us off, Hunted.
Game number 3 is underway. Steven and company looking for their first goal of the series. But for DePaul, 2 well-played games have led them to this 2-0 start. Steven will play this off his own back wall. Rumble up to Flux, over top of Webbs. Carmaggiuni just causing some chaos in front of that orange goal. Webbs gets a little bit of a chip. Can he beat Flux? No, he couldn't. If he could beat Flux on that play, it could have been a breakaway. As DePaul is really starting to push forward, they want to find this first goal early.
Webbs here with an attempt. I mean, and Butler just need to be able to put themselves on the scoreboard, right, like early, and we should be able to see them carry out a lot of the momentum. Oh, good attempt here. Steven following it up, getting a tap. Again, slightly too wide.
Yeah, that's a shot that needs to be on goal at the very least. Give the defender something to think about with that play. That's going to careen down towards Zombie Burger. Carmaggiuni keeps it in the zone. Rumble, not the greatest recovery. He's going to watch Steven go over top of him. Flux now off the back wall. Great touch to clear it away. Webbs in mid, trying to keep things going, but it's going to fall back into the blue hands. Down in front, Rumble cuts the play. It'll bounce just wide. Here comes Flux one more time, but not much follow-up. Zombie Burger will see it clear.
Yeah, Flux again resetting it back up here. Carmaggiuni sees an opportunity, but Rumble's going to take it, passing it back to Flux. Flux shot on goal, and he finds it.
And another passing play from DePaul. That's how they've scored a majority of their goals in this series. They find each other so well on the offensive side of the pitch, and Flux picks his spot perfectly. No chance for the Butler defense. 1-0, a minute and a half gone by, and still Butler have not found the back of the net.
Oh, is this another opportunity coming out for DePaul? Not quite, as we do see the bounce coming back out. Again, Butler finding themselves in a position where they're 1 goal down, but they have plenty more time this time around. It's not coming down to the last minute as it has the last couple games.
3:10 left to go. 1-0 for DePaul. Rumble, back wall, bouncer out in front. Good clear away by Webbs, but it goes right to the hood of Carmaggiuni. Hard off the ceiling. Now Flux to try to cut this one off. Ends up pushing it into his own corner where Rumble will play. Webbs was looking for Zombie Burger, but the pass just a bit too far behind. Now Carmaggiuni in transition. Can't get by Steven. Webbs with an opportunity. Great touch, but Flux is there to make the play.
And that seems to also be, if we're looking at the side of the pool, Flux has been like a systematic machine on these defenses, right? I think every single one has been from Flux.
He's got a save in this game. The only save on the board for DePaul, but you're absolutely right. Flux has been a powerhouse on the defensive side for DePaul throughout this series. Butler's going to have to find some way to break through that as Flux plays this out in front. Zombie Burger with a pinch. Webbs with the touch, but Carmaggiuni able to play that one away. Still, Webbs wants to keep it going. Rumble in a good position. Can't get it by Steven, however. And we play into the blue corner. 2 minutes left.
And the decision-making here is really, really difficult because this game is literally going at 300 miles an hour, right? That ball is never not getting touched by a car. As we see the sacking goal coming out from Flux, he just went for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Saw Carmaggiuni beat that first defender. Flux knew what was going to happen. Going for that 100% of the way. The ball bounces out in front, and just brute force from Flux. He gets his second of the game. From defense to offense, Flux has been doing it all.
Yeah, Flux has been making these transitions, making these saves, making these goals. So far, definitely the MVP of the DePaul team.
Well, it's still 2-0. Minute 44 left to go. Webbs up to make the touch. Here comes Rumble. Shot on goal. Zombie Burger makes the save and gets the pinch clear. This one will bounce out of the corner. Flux now right onto Zombie. It'll bounce towards Steven, but Flux gets back there to make the save again. Webbs on goal. There it is. Butler finally on the board. It took nearly 14 minutes of Rocket League, but they get their first of the series.
Yeah, and there we go. 1 minute 25 left on. We finally see Butler on the board. So this could be the opportunity, right? This could be the momentum. We've mentioned it way too many times that Butler is a very momentum-based team. So if they can keep the tempo up, we should be seeing something great.
Steven tries to play it out of the corner. Only a 1-goal deficit now, and hopefully Butler can build off that first goal. Zombie Burger going to stop and play this into the corner. He's got Flux chasing behind, but gets away from him. Now Rumble down into the blue corner. Flux and Steven will combine. That'll come out in front. Rumble and Karma Judy both whipping on the ball. No follow-up from any orange player. Webbs has to try to keep this one in. He does well to do so. Now Zombie looking for a pass, but Rumble reads it.
Yeah, Rumble reading it really, really well there, giving themselves a chance now as we do see the ball getting cleared all the way to the pool side. A shot coming out from Karma Juni. An attempt was made to save it, but I think that was the best thing they could do, right? Even if that save wasn't made, that ball was going in.
Yeah, that's it's a desperation play for Zombie Burger there. But the big thing that needs to be taken away from by Butler at the end of this game is their transition defense needs to be better. I think all 3 goals have been scored on quick transitions by DePaul, and that is not a recipe for success if you're the orange squad, as Flux is going to score again. Hat trick for Flux.
Yeah, Flux, like we've said, we've mentioned their name once, we've mentioned their name twice, and there's the hat trick. I mean, Flux is going off, making it happen, and I completely agree with you. The transitions are the big thing here, and Flux is doing a phenomenal job at those transitions specifically.
Absolutely. He's the reason why he's got his hat trick in this game. He has been reading the play so very well. But these transitional plays, a big part of being a team, and DePaul has shown that they are working so very well together. They're going to go up 3 games to love here in the series. And for Butler, they accomplished a goal here in this game. They scored to bring themselves finally into the series, but if you take a look at the broader stats, the overall stats of the series, 1 goal in 3 games is quite obviously a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it just goes to show, although overall I think this is the highest scoring game we've seen this series, it's still 1 goal per over 3 games is not a good way to put it.
No, and you're right. We had 5 goals scored, 4 of them by DePaul, and they just outshot Butler entirely in that game, which is a bit different than the first 2 games. Butler were getting opportunities, they just weren't making them work. But a bit of a change where DePaul took control of game 3, and that's a scary sign if you're a Butler fan. If that happens again here in game 4, this could be a very short series.
Yeah, and we are, again, as per usual, not taking any breaks onto this as we hop into possibly match point for DePaul.
Let's see who gets the first opportunity here, early stages of game 4. It looks like Steven's going to get a shot. Flux able to make the save. Rumble wants to clear it away. Zombie Burger to turn. He has Webbs in support. Opts not to use him, and Carmen Jr. will take it off his hood. Now Steven out of the corner. No play for Flux. 20 seconds gone. Still no score.
Well, Webbs had an opportunity there. Unfortunately, with a good tap coming from Steven. Zombie Burger trying to follow it up, but he actually got bumped by the opposition there. Flux now retorting that, and that's what we're talking about. Transitions, ladies and gentlemen. That was phenomenal. They saw the opportunity. They got the pass back to Rumble. Flux had the boost. They committed and found the goal.
And it's Flux yet again on the board for DePaul. He had 4, I believe. No, three goals in the last game. Gets another one here early on, 30 seconds in. DePaul on the board, and yeah, those transition plays absolutely killing Butler right now. They've got to find an answer as Karma Juni blocks that one away. Here comes Rumble, takes a quick shot towards the net. No problems for Zombie Burger.
Webbs trying to make something happen. Karma Jr. knocking it away, passing it to Rumble, contested by Steven. Steven sees it, sets it up for Webbs. Webbs gets demolished again. Just slightly too wide, and this has been the story of Butler. They should have had 5 or 6 goals on the board by now, but every time it's like a quarter of an inch too far.
This one's a great pass in front, and Flux will score. DePaul seemed to make these passes from absolutely nowhere. A beauty from Rumble, and Flux knocks it home.
Yeah, Flux now finding that second goal. Flux scored goal 1 as well, I believe, so we might be seeing another hat-tricks coming out from them.
Well, Flux has certainly been playing lights out in this series. He wants to end it right here in Game 4. Carmaguni, 2 goals on the board for DePaul. Now Rumble tries to play it, doesn't get a touch on it, but Flux will keep the ball in over top of Webbs. Still, we continue to play. 2-0, a minute and a half has gone by. Butler, no response for this DePaul team as of yet.
Webbs now handball possession. Flux bouncing it back, recentering it. Zombie Burger is going to be in defense. Gets the pass to Webbs. Webbs recentering it. Steven looking to go for it. Flux contesting it and winning that challenge. Webbs landing in his in his hands, or hood, I suppose. As now it goes back to Rumble. Rumble and Zombie Burger looking to fight over the ball. Ball control now once again in Butler's chance. Flux with the save.
Steven on goal. Good play from Rumble to get up there in time to make that save. Sharp angle. They caught the defense off guard, but still we play on. 2-0, Webbs up for it. Flux almost didn't get there in time. He was in good position, just took a little bit too long to make that play. Still, the ball does not find the back of the goal as now Steven bouncer towards the cage. Good clear away by Carmaguni, and this is some of the best pressure we've seen from Butler all day.
Yeah, no, Butler is applying a really, really good pressure. This reminds me more of what we saw in Game 1, right? Where they were applying a lot of the pressure, but the transitions were just, they just couldn't keep up with them. As we see goal number 3 coming up from Flux. That's going to be Flux's second hat-trick this series.
Yeah, second hat-trick in the last 2 games. As he gets a little bit of help, I believe, from Steven here. Unfortunately, that one will fall into the back of the net, but again, the Butler offense was swarming, and it looked very good. It looked like they were going to get a goal. Eventually, a good clear comes out, and the transition is on. DePaul breaks away. They make Butler kind of, they bait them into these situations, and they capitalize. And it's just been the story of these last 2-3 games. That's all DePaul has needed to do. Hold on defense, score when we get a chance on offense.
Yeah, and that's what's working out for them. That's that, right? If you play it patiently, you have fantastic transitions, you make it happen. There is a reason they went 8-0 in their group.
And another passing play from DePaul, moving down the pitch so quickly. The give and go. Carmaguni to Rumble, back to Carmaguni, into the back of the net. 4-0 for DePaul. And if Butler can't get a goal on the board here within the next probably 20-30 seconds, this game I'm looking all but over. Rumble will slide in a 5th goal. Why not? 5-0 for DePaul.
Yeah, no, DePaul is, we can probably start talking about some other things, and one of those things is going to be next match. We are probably going to be seeing DePaul playing against the other undefeated team, which is going to be Seton Hall. And that is a matchup I'm so excited to see.
It should be an unbelievably fun one. It's always fun to watch 2 undefeated teams that come out of 2 different groups battle it out, whether it's in semifinals or in our case, the finals. And I don't know, after watching DePaul, again, we didn't get a chance to watch them yesterday. They were Group B. They were covered on a separate stream than ours. We had a lot of time to watch Seton Hall, who has looked just as good today as they did yesterday. It's tough to call this one. I have a feeling that Seton Hall is going to play DePaul pretty tight, going to really, give them some trouble on the defensive side of the ball. But the way that DePaul finds each other through mid is uncanny, and that is something that Seton Hall, I have a feeling, is going to struggle with.
Yeah, DePaul's consistency on these mid passes, just like that, are unbelievable. As that's going to be goal number 6 going towards them. And I think that's a good example, right? This next set of games, this grand finals, right, is 2 undefeated teams, 2 titans of their individual groups playing against each other. And I think we might go to Game 7. I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth. I don't think it's going to be one-sided in any sense of the word.
Ooh, that's a good play from Webbs.
Okay.
Gets on the board. Nice goal from Webbs. At least give you something to feel good about at the end of this series. A nice little air dribble over top of everybody. But Butler, I mean, that's their second goal of the series. And it's been a tough game for Butler, but I feel like there are so many things to go back and look at for the Orange squad that if they were done differently, as we get a 7-1 scoreline here in game 4, but if done differently, if a couple of shots go in that were missed, this could easily be a different series. DePaul doesn't get this kind of momentum here in game 4.
Yeah, we could have been seeing ourselves going into round 5, into round 6, right? Because like I said, Butler got stolen, goals literally got stolen away from them by Flux just being a fraction of an inch there in the right time, right place, which goes to show how good of a player Flux is. But also those goals that just went slightly too wide, it never feels good. And when we're talking about a team as momentum-based and as mental-based as Butler, when that happens over and over again, it chips at you.
That it absolutely does, and it chipped them all the way down to dust, unfortunately, as DePaul, a convincing 4-game sweep, 7-1, the final score of game number 4. They will move on to play Seton Hall in the grand finals, and it couldn't be two more deserving teams to be matched up in the finals.
No, it definitely couldn't. This will be an unbelievable next set of games, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to hop into a quick break, but after that, we will be getting into our grand finals with DePaul playing against Seton Hall. I hope you've all had a fantastic time, and we will be back with you momentarily. Hello, everyone, and we are back. We're going to be getting into our finals with Seton Hall playing against DePaul. This is the match that everybody's been waiting for. I am so excited, Hunted. I know on the break, I've been hyping it up to you a little bit. You can hear it in my voice. I'm like giddy with excitement for this game, and we are going to be getting into it very, very shortly.
I'm just as excited. I can't wait to see these two undefeated teams battle it out in a best of 7 to determine who is the best in the East. DePaul and Seton Hall, two teams that I don't think a lot of people had on their lists as potential finalists, but they have proven that they deserve to be here.
Yeah, coming into the weekend, they were the 3rd and 5th seed, DePaul being the 5th seed, and coming out of the groups, effectively 1st seed, with Seton Hall being right behind them. This is an astronomical switch from what we were seeing in the pre-elimination rounds, and I am again, I just can't stop saying it. I'm so excited to see this game.
And again, we got a chance, you and I got a chance to watch Seton Hall all day yesterday, and just that last matchup with DePaul, we got our first look at them. And just in my humble opinion, I think this first game will set the tone for one of these two teams. I have a feeling that whoever wins game 1 will likely take game 2 just because of the way that momentum works in Rocket League. But I don't see us having a 4-0 sweep again. It wouldn't be right for these two teams to just knock this out in 4 games.
Yeah, no, I'm very much hoping so. We get to that game number 7. It's definitely a possibility as well. Both of these teams playing phenomenally. Their defenses are on point. Both teams are really good on transition, but I think we were talking about it a little bit last round. DePaul having the slightly better midfield game. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The teams have joined in. Kick us off, Hunted.
Here we go. Game number 1 of the grand final here. Best of 7 between DePaul and Seton Hall. DePaul will be in blue. Karma Juni, Flux, and Rumble. Seton Hall in orange. Breezy, Tone, and Jared. We are underway. The first opportunity looks to be in favor of Seton Hall, but Rumble wants to clear it away. Good cut there by Breezy. Still Flux in transition now. It'll pop up in front of this orange net. Tone wants to play it off the back wall. Can't quite get it around too far, but Breezy, can he get there in time? No, he can't. Rumble's going to keep it in.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those games where I think momentum is going to matter slightly less as we come in from a game-by-game perspective, right? Both of these teams have proven that if they go down a round, they can come swinging back. So it should be pretty much tooth and nail the entire time. Good save coming out from Flux there. Breezy trying to commit for it. We do see Seton Hall with an attempt here. Tone getting a hit, and Karma Juni off the crossbar, managing to find the save.
Another early save in a series from DePaul. It will keep us at 0-0. A minute gone by. Flux gets by 2 attackers. Tone demoed on the back line. Breezy will have to rotate around to cover up for his dead teammate there, as now Jared down towards Tone. Gets it by all 3. Jared might have an opportunity if he can get there soon. Flux is the last man back. He gets demoed in the back of the net, but there's no follow-up. Tone gets the pass, but it's too little too late. Rumble's back in time to make the play.
Yeah, no, that was a lovely pass back to Tone to give him a chance onto the goal there, but like you said, a little too little late. And they did manage to find the save. A lot of back and forth. Breezy with an attempt, doesn't find the touch. Jared getting it past one of the defenders, trying to fend off Flux, but Flux now gaining ball control. Tone sneaking it past 2 of them. Karma Juni saying no.
3:15 to go. It's still 0-0. However, Breezy will send this towards the net. Flux has to make the save. It goes off of Rumble. They do eventually get it across the box, but Karma Juni in a tough spot. He's got Jared over top. Somehow DePaul keeps the ball in the corner, and Flux wants to carry it away. Not a whole lot of boost in the tank. Opts for Rumble to play it on, and now Jared doing his best to clear it out of the zone. Breezy doesn't make the touch. Karma Juni is going to send this across the cage. Doesn't get a touch on it. That's going to give Tone an easy clear.
Yeah, now the clear. We once again see Seton Hall putting on the pressure. Karma Juni, though, with just a fantastic game awareness, managing to get it past up both of the defenders and a massive clear. Now a shot on to go. It shouldn't go in. Breezy very easily managing to get that past.
Half of the game gone by now. Still nothing here in game 1. Karma Juni into the orange zone. Tone will try to turn it around. Rumble's there to meet him. Jared trying to control out of his own corner. He's got a little bit of an air dribble going now over top of Flux. Karma Juni in good position to help his teammate.
Yeah, Kamajini with a good save there. It's Jared with that air dribble, like you mentioned. Another shot from Breezy. There was a follow-up attempt by Tone, but we are seeing DePaul managing to get a shot onto the crossbar here. That's not going to go in, but there's a follow-up attempt by Rumble, and that's going to be goal number 1 of the finals going towards DePaul.
DePaul with the first goal of the series. You can see Tone in a decent spot. Tries to use the net to his advantage, but he can't get down in time to make the save. Rumble will slot it home. It's a 1-0 game with 1:55 left to go. And this could be all the momentum that DePaul needs to take game 1.
Looking good for DePaul, that momentum. 1:45 left onto the clock, but we are seeing Seton Hall here getting some good passes to one another. There's an attempt there, no follow-up. Gets it across the box to Breezy. Breezy to Jared. Back and forth. We're going to see Flux playing it patiently, trying to get past Stone. Gets past Stone, gets past Jared. Now, Karma Juni needs to pass it back. We see Rumble flying in. Breezy stealing it away. Tone has ball possession. Here we go. Jared looking for the attempt. Gets the touch. Flux is going to be able to save it. The retort from Tone is going to find the goal.
And it was a 3-on-1 play down into the blue zone. A couple of nice passes. A shot on goal by Jared forces Karma to make a touch that I don't think he really wanted as Tone slots it home for the first goal for Seton Hall. We've got a tie game with 1:22 left to go. And this next goal could set the pace for the rest of the series. Rumble gives it away. Tone almost got there in time.
Yeah, no, that is now completely evened out. A minute left onto the clock. This might be the first overtime of the day. I don't want to jinx it, though, as Rumble has an opportunity here. Goes onto the goal. Tone with the massive save. The follow-up comes out. Rumble hits it again. The double tap with Jared bumping him up slightly too high. Now we're going to see a retort coming out. The transition attempt coming out from DePaul, but quickly retorted by Seton Hall.
Now Jared wants to play it out of his own zone. 50 seconds left. Still tied up at 1 here in regulation time. Carmen Juni over towards Flux. It's going to go over his head. Now Tone to turn. Breezy trying to harass Rumble. Gets a bump on him, but won't clear him out of position entirely. As with only 35 seconds left, DePaul in transition. Quick shot towards the net. No problems for Tone. He'll go up to make that play. And as time ticks away here in this first game, first regulation time, things coming down to the wire. Nobody wants to give up that goal.
Nobody is looking to be excited at losing a goal, are they? 15 seconds left onto the clock, ladies and gentlemen. We might, as I said, be seeing overtime, but here's an attempt coming out from Seton Hall. It is stopped by Rumble. 5 seconds left onto the clock. If the ball touches the ground before the next goal, we are going to see overtime.
And there it is, overtime, game number 1. Seton Hall peppering the net. 8 shots to their name, 6 shots for DePaul. But still only 1 in each of the goal categories for these teams. So we play on into overtime. Breezy has to try to clear this out of his own zone. Gives it away to Karma Juni. Tone along the back wall, using the ceiling to try to clear it away. As now Flux challenges him through mid. Breezy up in the air, has Tone in transition, but not going to be able to beat that blue defense. We're back and forth through mid.
Yeah, I hope everybody's ready for possibly a long one as Kamajuni sees an opportunity. Breezy managing to get cleared there. The demolition comes out. Kamajuni trying to fight Jared. Jared can't get past Kamajuni. Flux managing to pop it up.
Now into the corner comes Tone. He's looking for Jared through mid. All 3 players back for DePaul. Will force that one away. Still Breezy keeps it in the blue half. Here comes Tone to challenge Flux. This will bounce out. Jared is there. Rumble with a block. Karma Juni trying to rotate on, has Jared in pursuit, will end up falling back down towards Tone. But again, Flux and company, good defensive positioning for DePaul, not letting anything by. Karma Juni 1-on-1, he scores! What a play down the wing for Karma Juni. DePaul take game 1.
DePaul taking game 1 is going to give them some good momentum. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of matches we want. They are unbelievably close. And DePaul taking game 1 is definitely going to be interesting. Now, Seton Hall haven't lost a round in quite some time, so I don't think they have this weekend at all.
No, I believe that's the first game that Seton Hall has lost in this tournament, and it's game 1 of the finals. And we talk about how momentum-based Rocket League as a game is. This could be it for DePaul to bring them to a 2-0 series lead after game 2.
Yeah, and we are without any break going to be jumping into the next game, ladies and gentlemen, as these teams just want to keep this action going. Now, kicking us off
We're underway, game 2, 5 seconds in. And already it looks like DePaul wants to try to get onto the offensive side, but Tone, a couple of solid challenges through mid. He's going to get demoed. Carmaggiuni cleaning up the board there for the blue squad, but still, good play from Seton Hall to keep the possession going in the blue half. Jared wants to rotate around. He's looking for Breezy through mid there. Tone also wants to get in on the action, but he's going to have to watch Flux play this one clear. Not the greatest touch from Tone, and this should give DePaul a chance to find some offense.
Yeah, now we do see an opportunity here. Seton Hall looking for it. He's got to get it past Flux. Flux managing to clear it. Breezy sitting in the back there. Carmaggiuni contesting it and winning. There is so much going on and so many micro decisions that, like, if you're not familiar with Rocket League being made at the moment, it is unbelievable. And it's interesting to me specifically, Hunter, seeing, for the first time, I think, Seton Hall not having ball control, like ball possession, or majority of it at least.
Yeah, they've definitely struggled in that category as Carmaggiuni sends it on goal. Good save by Breezy using his own post to clear it away. Carmaggiuni, the hero of game 1 for DePaul, with that nice move in overtime. Nearly did it again early on here in game 2. And yeah, Seton Hall, a team that loves that possession game, as we've seen throughout the weekend. And we talked about it before the series. DePaul is going to give them trouble in that area.
Yeah, and it is those mid-forward Tone here looking to try and find a shot onto goal, but it is stolen away. Flux now having it, getting it, passed up the double tap, pinching it towards the center of the goal. Carmaggiuni there questioning if they should commit for it, and it might have been a good opportunity.
Well, still, I like the defensive play from DePaul. You don't want to overcommit, especially when it's a tie score early on in this game. You already have the lead in the series as Flux there tries to stuff it home. Tone does make the save. Might as well play a bit cautious instead of giving up an early lead because you were over-aggressive.
Yeah, which I think is a completely valid way of playing. We're seeing the recenter here to Flux. Flux to Flux again. I thought Carmaggiuni was going to get the touch there, but now Jared trying to outpace his opposition. Rumble cutting him off, managing to find ball control here, clearing it away to Flux. Flux getting a good tap, going to bounce it straight back towards him to Rumble. Rumble tipping it up, and the contest comes out. Breezy winning.
Yeah, Flux needs to be careful that he doesn't get dunked here. Good play away. So now Jared wants to keep it in the blue zone. Rumble moving forward. Tone will win the challenge. Jared keeps the rotation going, has Breezy through mid, but Carmaggiuni's going to clear it out. Tone not back at all. And Seton Hall, they get caught too far forward, just like we were talking about. DePaul takes advantage.
Yeah, DePaul now with 1 game up and 1 goal up. 2 minutes left onto the clock. Seton Hall can definitely tie this one out. Will we be seeing another overtime is my question here.
I certainly think there is the potential for overtime. It's only a 1-goal game, only 2 minutes left to go.
Good save by Carmaggiuni.
With these teams so back and forth, it seems like it can be quite difficult to find the opportunities to score these goals. A lot of solid challenges on either side of the ball can start to turn the game into almost a clear fest, which we see against some of these when these top-level teams play against each other.
We are seeing a bit of a waterfall coming out there. Jared saw the opportunity. Flux managing to save it.
90 seconds left to go. Good demo onto Jared in the corner there by Carmaggiuni. Breezy tried to make something out of nothing there, unable to do so. Flux off the ceiling. It's going to be Rumble. No, it's not. He will whiff on that one. And now Tone, Jared, and Breezy down the other way. Carmaggiuni, last man back, will make the touch. Breezy's going to go up along the mid wall to clear it back down, but Flux back across the pitch all the way to Rumble. Bounces out towards Carmaggiuni. No touch. Minute 5 left. Still a 1-0 game for DePaul.
Minute buzzer is being heard as there is an opportunity for a shot being made here by Flux. Jared with a massive clear, managing to get that one away. Switching the momentum, the transition coming out. We're going to see the demolition onto Carmaggiuni. Tone managing to get a pass. 2 demos coming out.
Even with 2 demos, they were unable to get the shot on goal. Tone, however, great challenge. Carmaggiuni's there to make the block. But with 30 seconds left, still Seton Hall need a goal. Breezy and Jared very close to one another, but eventually the pinch does come out towards Breezy. He's got an open net. He scores. We're tied at 1 with 23 to go.
And like I said earlier, this might be another game where we see overtime. We might be seeing back-to-back overtime, which would definitely be a way to end it.
That is a wonderful transition play from Seton Hall, catching the DePaul players a bit too far forward. No chance for Flux in the net there. But with only 20 seconds left to go, there is a good chance for overtime, but Seton Hall has an opportunity to fall to Breezy. What a save by Rumble on the goal line. Takes away the game from Seton Hall.
Yeah, Rumble, though, that great save may have given them the opportunity. Jared's going to try and close it out with a pass to Tone. Back to Jared. Breezy taking a shot. They find it with 4 seconds left on the clock.
And this is, again, the demolition play working so well for Seton Hall. That is a beautiful pass by Tone. Jared goes full force and Breezy behind him to clean it up. 2-1 with 4 seconds to go. This kickoff so important for DePaul. It's going to go in favor of them. Can they get it up in the air? Rumble, that's on goal. Karma Judy's there, but he pushes it high. Couldn't get up in time, and Seton Hall will tie the series.
We will not be seeing a 4-0 sweep in the finals, ladies and gentlemen, as Seton Hall get themselves up on that board 1-1 in this best of 7. It could really go either way. Both of these teams have been playing super well. These games have been super low scoring overall, Hunted. I'd love to hear your opinion.
It comes down to defense again. These teams are great goal scorers, but through mid, through the offensive zone, none of them are finding space because of the other team's defensive positioning. Unfortunately for DePaul, they found themselves in a couple of awkward spots towards the end of that game, gave up those 2 goals, and it wasn't necessarily Seton Hall outplaying them. It was them kind of outplaying themselves, pushing too far forward or just not having somebody in position.
Yeah, and that's how it goes. Sometimes it comes down to being patient and waiting for your opposition to make a mistake, and they have capitalized on those many a time. But now we're seeing Seton Hall play a bit more aggressively with these demo plays, trying to find goals. Just, I mean, if there's nobody in goal because you've demoed them, then it's much easier for the ball to go in.
Absolutely. The demos have been a huge point for Seton Hall, at least in that second game, to tie us up here as we are underway with game number 3. 35 seconds have been played. No score on the board as of yet. That'll bounce down towards Rumble. He takes a cheeky little shot towards the net. Saved away by Breezy, who does get the challenge through mid. Now Flux is going to go up. Got a 1-on-2 opportunity here, but Tone on the back wall makes the play.
Now we're seeing Breezy with an opportunity to the demo coming out onto Breezy. As soon as I said that, Karma Juni bringing out the claws. Once again, a shot opportunity coming out. Breezy's going to be able to clear it away. Nice straight shot. Flux stopping it, not making sure that goes in. Rumble with the touchdown, making the bounce happen. Flux in goal. Flux with the clear back to Breezy. Breezy doesn't get the touch. Jared does, however. Once again, Rumble, the goal's open. This could be an opportunity, and Flux is going to put it in. Goal number 1 for game 3 going towards the pool.
Flux with the goal secure. This is just a great challenge from Rumble. That ball is in the net all the way. Flux just made sure it made it there. But DePaul up a goal now. And it's kind of been their MO. They've got 5 shots on the board. No shots yet for Seton Hall. But DePaul is a team that likes to score those early goals. They've been doing it very well since we've started watching them here today. But Seton Hall, they're not like these other teams. They're not just going to fold after going down a goal or 2, as we saw in Game 2.
And at this point, you shouldn't expect that, right? We're in the finals. It's one of those games where it will be given. Every inch will be taken as Tone manages to find the first goal and even it out for Seton Hall.
Yeah, and this is just tenacity from Tone in the offensive zone. He gets that pinch out, doesn't give up on the play. Flux was forced into an awkward touch as he wasn't expecting the pinch off the wall. And Tone, right place, right time, making sure he gets to the front of the goal, makes that play, and it's 1-1 with 3:10 left to go.
Yeah, now a ceiling. Okay, there was an opportunity there. It was looking good. Slightly too wide, but we are seeing Seton Hall put on that aggression. Managing to get shot after shot. They're starting to come back into their zone a little bit, I think. Fill themselves out as Flux gets a very, very nice save there. Tone with another shot on goal. Breezy following it up. Hits that crossbar. Jared looking to get it, but it is cleared away. Rumble now with a goal opportunity. Breezy saving it.
Rumble has been all over the pitch in this game specifically. The only goal for DePaul had an opportunity there as well. As now Jared will play this over towards Tone. He will collect out of the corner. Flux over to Rumble. Rumble, again, has been the man that they've kind of sent in those offensive plays, really facilitating the transitions for DePaul, and that is something that we have seen them do quite well. Seton Hall has battled back, really made sure they've maintained their defensive posturing for those rotations, but Rumble, he's going to break through eventually.
Yeah, Rumble managing to get it past Jared Breezy with that defensive rotation, really paying out. Karma Juni in goal. Rumble trying to get it past that final defender. Tone with a shot, hits that top right corner.
It will be cleared out. Breezy challenged by Rumble. Jared now to touch it along. It's Karma Juni off the ceiling. Tone will win that by him, as now Jared again off the ceiling has Tone down in front. Good save by Flux, gets there just in time. Keeps it a 1-1 game with 90 seconds left.
90 seconds is not a lot of time as we see another opportunity. The goal, or the ball lines up in front of the goal there. It is cleared away by Seton Hall as Flux now gets the double tap, just needs to get it past Breezy. Manages to get it past Breezy, and he's going to find goal number 2.
Wow, what a solo effort by Flux, beating all of the defenders here. Reads that well, gets this touch by Breezy, and then beats Tone with the flick. Solo plays from DePaul have won them game 1. Is that enough to win game 3?
Are going to see Flux here trying to break away from the opposition. Tone, though, not letting it happen, marking him, keeping on top of him. Jared and Breezy. Breezy to Tone. Oh my god, Rumble tries to sneak it in. Hits Tone, though, gets the clear.
Now with a minute left to go, still a goal needed by Seton Hall. They are in the offensive zone. Tone and Flux will meet. Rumble chips it by the first attacker, but Breezy's there in support. Karma Juni in an awkward spot. Gets around the ball in enough time to play it into the corner. Still, though, Jared and Tone battling it out in the corner, trying to maintain possession for their squad. They still need a goal, and time is ticking down. Only 35 seconds left. Tone out in front. Can Jared get there? Nobody up for the blue team, but Breezy hits the post with the shot. That was the equalizer.
Yeah, and here is going to be goal number 3 coming out from Flux. We are seeing DePaul take inch by inch and slowly crawl ahead with the lead. 30 seconds left onto the clock. With how low these games are being score-wise, it's going to be very difficult for Seton Hall to even it out.
And that is a hat trick for Flux here in game number 3. A 2-goal swing. It looked like Breezy had just about every inch of the net to shoot at. And unfortunately, the post comes up with the save. The goal in transition the other way, and DePaul in perfect position to take their lead back in the series. Game number 3 looks like it will end 3-1. And DePaul, they've got 2 more games left to win if they want to win this championship.
Yeah, and that is when you've been playing as much as these teams have throughout the last 2 days. That victory is very close.
Very, very close indeed when you consider just how well Seton Hall has been playing just in general. It's surprising to me that they were not able to equalize when, you know, how often have we seen Breezy miss a shot, especially one that was as close to the goal line as that one was.
Well, you know, he does make it look easy breezy, but this time, not quite working out in his favor. Not looking too breezy.
And that's something that Seton Hall needs to fix. Cannot let the nerves get to you at this point. You've come so far. You've played so much Rocket League this past weekend. You're in the grand finals. It would be a shame to let the nerves take over and throw away the series.
Yeah, but now we are going to be jumping into game number 4, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a 2-1 series lead for DePaul at that. Rumble looks to get the to generate the first offensive opportunity of game 4, but Tone in transition sends it on goal. Karma Juni up towards Flux. Now Breezy, he'll play that towards the front. Should be an easy clear.
Yeah, Tone here with a shot opportunity, but the double commit coming out from Flux. And Karma Juni, oh my goodness, Breezy gets it in. You know, we were saying that he wasn't making it look easy breezy, but here he is.
Yeah, this is just some flat-footed play from DePaul on the defensive side. They had opportunities to clear, but no momentum across the 3 cars on defense there, and they get caught out. Breezy, a great shot, don't get me wrong, but felt like a preventable play there from DePaul, but again, Seton Hall capitalizes on their opportunity.
Shot opportunity here. Nobody in defense. That's going to be goal number 2 going towards Seton Hall. Bad rotations coming out. Unfortunate rotations for DePaul.
And just an absolute banger from Jared.
Yeah, that was a booming shot, wasn't it?
All the way down the pitch. What a hard shot there from Jared. Caught the defense off guard. And Seton Hall, they will take those 2 goals. It gives them a good amount of pressure on to the blue half early on here in game number 4. They would love to tie things up heading into game 5.
Yeah, and being able to tie it up into game 5 in a best of 7, I mean, that would make us going into a game of, like, the 5th round in a best of 5, right? And I said it at the start of the game, but we could very potentially be seeing us go to round 7.
Oh, it's absolutely possible with these 2 teams as Flux will dribble that one home. Great pass out in front yet again from Rumble, and Flux is the benefactor.
Ow, Flux being able to tie back up. And again, these are names that we've been saying throughout the tournament time and time again, right? Flux, Breezy, Tone, like, they have all been playing so phenomenally well this weekend, and even throughout the pre-eliminations. It is no surprise to me that these 2 teams coming up together have producing such a good game.
That they have. It has been a joy to watch, and we've only just begun here in this series. It is a 2-1 series lead for DePaul, but a 2-1 game lead for Seton Hall here in game number 4. A minute and a half has been played, so still a lot of time to see that score line change as this is going to bounce in front. Breezy doesn't get there. Karmachuni, great awareness to clear that away from the front.
Now getting a nice clear Rumble, managing to stop it though. The back and forth, we see Breezy coming up behind his teammate, trying to regain some of that momentum. This is a shot opportunity. Oh no, Jared managing to clear it. Karmajuni on top of it, gets it past one of the defenders. Flux gonna be going in, just needs to get it past Breezy. He can't, and now there's nobody in the defensive position for DePaul until they manage to get the rotations off. Unfortunately, couldn't get around the ball just in time.
Yeah, it was a great bump by Rumble in that transition play to knock Breezy off the ball so he couldn't center it for his teammate. Potentially saving a goal there for Seton Hall. I'm sorry, for DePaul to keep it a 1-goal game as this is going to bounce down in front. Karmajuni would love to see it clear, but Jared has other ideas as it comes into the corner now. Jared tried to read that. Flux able to beat him by as now Tone will go up the mid wall, taking his time on the ceiling. Stolen away by Rumble. He just pushed it wide.
Now a lot of back and forth. But here we go. Flux with an opportunity. Tries to get it past Breezy. Breezy, though, it lands right in his hand. He gets an opportunity. It would have gone wide anyway. But this is not the kind of space you can be giving Seton Hall.
No, that was right in the wheelhouse of Breezy there. He was almost kind of surprised, it looked like to me, as Tone takes a shot and goes just a bit high. I don't think was quite ready for that ball to be placed so perfectly on the hood of his car. Tone with the follow-up, he'll score. Finally, the Seton Hall pressure pays off after that miscue from the DePaul defense.
Yeah, given Seton Hall here, their net total 2, it's looking very good for them at the moment. It starts to feel like they're starting to crack DePaul a little bit, but there's still quite a few more matches to go.
And still time left to play in this game, certainly not over yet. So that's going to bounce down in front, and this is a good sign if you are a Seton Hall fan. They're up by 2 goals, and yet they still are on the hunt for that 3rd.
Yeah, we are seeing Breezy here try to get a rotation around for his teammates. Tone looking for it. Flux getting good hit to Rumble. Rumble's going to be able to get it past Flux. A shot on goal, and it's going to go in.
And again, it's the transition play. DePaul, Flux to Rumble. He uses the back wall perfectly. Breezy can't get there, and Flux, he reads it so very well. 2 goals for him in this game and 2 assists for Rumble. They have been lining up. And I'm so happy to see them playing so very well. But they are still down a goal, and they've only got just about 80 seconds left to find it.
At the moment, it is looking good for both teams. All DePaul needs to do is find 1 goal to even it out. And Seton Hall being in the lead when they're a match down is definitely where they want to find themselves in game 4.
Absolutely. They just need to hold on to this lead. A minute and some change here left in game number 4 as Breezy goes over top of the defense. Karmajuni doesn't get the touch. He was expecting Jared to challenge. As now Rumble flips off the sidewall. Flux Chips it by Tone, but Breezy's there to keep it in. Carmen Juni wants to come over the top, and now here's the breakout for DePaul. Jared gets there in time by the two attackers, and he is killing so much time now. Tries to get the bump onto Rumble. It's going to bounce around in front. Breezy delays and goes for the challenge. This is a great job from Seton Hall to keep DePaul at bay.
Yeah, 30 seconds left onto the clock. Seton Hall still a goal up. It's looking like a good attempt here. Flux stealing it away. If that had went over Jared there, that could have been it.
And it most certainly could have, but with 15 seconds left, DePaul need a solid opportunity. Rumble goes over Tone. This is on his own goal. Breezy gets there to make the save, but this is an opportunity. Flux out to Karma Juni. It's wide now as Rumble keeps it going. Karma towards the front of the goal. Crossbar. Flux. He can't put it on yet. Rumble's there. It's out, and Tone will clear. That's game 4. Seton Hall survive.
Seton Hall managing to find that. That was one of the most tense moments of the tournament. It was either a big clear or we were going into overtime. And Seton Hall managing to find that massive clear.
Oh, Tone, I wish I could be in Tone's mind when he made that touch with 10 seconds to go as it flies towards his own goal. Luckily for him, Breezy was there to make the play, but what a close call. Seton Hall nearly shooting themselves in the foot there.
I think that just goes to show the caliber of both of these teams, right? When a game comes down to being that close, to the point where both me and you are borderline speechless, it really just goes to show how good of a match we have on our hands. Now 2 for 2, we are effectively in a best-of-3 series.
It's not very often that you can make somebody who talks for a living speechless, as there's Rumble to get the first goal on the board. And this is a great response for DePaul. Good start to game 5.
Yeah, no, DePaul managed to find this first goal 13 seconds in is very, very nice for them. But again, these are such close games that although getting the tiny bit of the edge at the start, it might be all that they need to carry it out throughout the victory, right?
It certainly could be. The way that these games have gone, this could either end 1-0 or it could be like a 6-5 game in overtime.
Yeah, it is insane, I think is the correct word to describe how these matches have been going. These are unbelievably close. I never know when a goal's going to go in. It is really, really coming down to the nail.
Flux is going to play it out of his own corner. Tone gets the demo onto him. That gives Breezy some space to clear it back down. Breezy looking for the deflection. Jared's the follow man. Tone not going to have the angle to put that on goal, as now Karma Juni and Rumble will combine to play this hard into the orange back wall. Solid touch there from Breezy. The clear is on. It's still 1-0 for DePaul. Minute gone.
Minute. 1 goal towards that, and another attempt is going to be made. Breezy managed to get the save. Can they find the transitions before Rumble managed to touch the ball? Rumble getting the touch to Flux. Flux to Tone. Now trying to pass it back. That might have actually been the misplay as Tone sees an opportunity. He goes to try and make it happen. The demolition comes out. Going for the crossboard. Flux managing to carry it across the box.
Yeah, that was a great solo effort there from Tony. Just couldn't quite cap it off as he had Flux flashing across the top of the goal. But I love these solo plays. I love the fact that Seton Hall is getting into this game now. They need to find this equalizer to potentially send us into overtime. Still plenty of time on the clock, 3:15 to go. But Seton Hall is really starting to pressure the DePaul squad. Now as that's out in front, Breezy scores.
And just like that, we are 1-0, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes, 11 seconds on the clock. And this is what we're talking about, right? If we see DePaul manage to edge this game out with an extra goal, it will have all come down to that, like, 13 seconds goal off of the kickoff.
That's Rocket League for you. A game of inches, a game of seconds, it feels like. As Jared tries to take Rumble out of the play there. 3 minutes left to go, still tied up at 1. So that's a great pass down to Breezy. Flux will play him off the ball. Rumble in transition. Gives Jared something to think about. As now Jared wants to continue the clear. Tone to Breezy. Deflection. Flux doesn't get there. That's a beauty for Seton Hall. It's 2-1.
Yeah, no, just nobody could find the angle on that goal. Like, we saw at the attempt, Breezy got the tap. There, just nobody could find it, and that's exactly what Seton Hall needed to take the lead.
Breezy with his second of the game. Tone gets his second assist as well. 2:45 remaining in game 5. Seton Hall put themselves in a good position to try to take this game, give themselves a couple of game buffer there heading into the 6th and could be potentially a decisive game, as there's Breezy now trying to go over top of Flux and company. Jared, great touch to try to keep it in. A second touch is great as well, but Rumble is there for the clear, and now DePaul, they've got to figure out a way to get on offense.
Yeah, they're going to give it as best attempts as they can, as we do see Seton Hall paying it in to get a shot, and there it is.
Breezy making this play work again as he's harassing Flux in the corner. I think he even took Flux's boost. Yeah, Flux has just about nothing in the tank, and all Jared needs to do is play it away from him. He does so beautifully. Tone gets his 3rd assist of the game as well, and this is a great spot if you're a Seton Hall fan.
Yeah, Seton Hall looking like they're getting back into the swings of things. They found their rhythm as they are coming out really, really strong once again, showing why they came out with 0 losses, 0 rounds lost in their group.
They've battled back from being down 2-1 in the series. They're putting themselves in a position to go up 3-2 heading into game 6. They've got to close out this game, however, still time on the clock for DePaul to find these 2 goals. Karmajuni into the zone, no problems for Breezy, and a great pinch goes over top of everybody, which forces Flux back into a tough spot. Rumble now down towards Flux. He's got 2 to beat. Tone hustling back makes the touch. Out in front is Karmajuni. Might have a chance. He scores. 3-2, 1:19 to go.
And now evening it, or almost evening it out, I was going to say, net total difference of 1 with a minute 19 left onto the clock. Anything is possible in these games. Like you said, we're not sure if it's going to end up as a 0-1 or if we're going to see like 5-6 in overtime.
These teams so evenly matched heading into this one. Back and forth throughout the series, and it continues here in game 5. Still a goal is needed by DePaul, but Seton Hall has been doing a good job of playing defense. With 60 seconds left, can they do it? Can they take this game?
Now 50 seconds left, and Seton Hall do have the priority at the moment. It's cleared away very quickly though. Jared, the only one in defense, as the rest of his teammates scramble to get into that defensive rotation. Tone to Jared. Jared getting a good clear. Flux trying to slow it down, trying to pinch it up to try and avoid it from getting recentered a bit like that as Tone starts going for it. Karmajuni with a good attempt. Jared trying to follow it up, contested by Rumble. Rumble wins that challenge. Now Flux, it looked like that was actually a bit of a fake away from Rumble coming out there, trying to bait the opposition. Didn't quite work out for them as a lovely touch is made by Breezy, cleared away by Karma.
Just a bit too high from Breezy there with the final 15. Now here's the transition over to Karmajuni's shot. Score! What a shot from Karmajuni. We're tied at 3.
And again, it is that DePaul style, that transition, that pass from that midfield straight into a goal that we have seen time and time again. Both teams getting to play the game that they want in their own time.
With 11 seconds left to go, it is tied up at 3 here in game 5. DePaul battles back, being down 2, and now they'll have a final opportunity before we head into overtime. But with that, Rumble will let it touch, and it is 3-3 overtime, game number 5.
And at the moment, the scoreline is completely even out. Like I said, we're effectively in a best of 3. So whoever comes out of here is in a massive, massive spot, and it's going to be Seton Hall.
Jared forcing his way home. Tone, a great touch, utilizing all of that boost to get it down in front. Flux tried his hardest, but Jared, a perfect 50-50 to win the game for Seton Hall. Game number 5 in the books. It looked like DePaul had the game in their grasp. They came back down 2 goals. They had so much momentum heading into overtime, but Seton Hall, they just managed to hang on.
No, at the moment, this is absolutely insane. I mean, now this could be an opportunity for Seton Hall to take it. They're in match point.
They're in match point, and they don't even need to win the next game. Of course, they can drop game 6 and we'll play a game 7, but I don't think that's on the minds of any of the Seton Hall players. I think they want to end the series in 6.
Yeah, I think not letting it get to round 7. I think everybody watching wants it to get to round 7. I feel like we are already at the point of borderline being speechless with how close some of these games are. So getting it to round 7 would really get the energy. I can only imagine the crowd at OS right now.
Oh yeah, I hope that you all are having a wonderful time. We've got at least one more game of this tournament. DePaul and Seton Hall battling it out to see who will stay undefeated on the tournament. Tone starts the scoring 2 seconds in. 1-0 for Seton Hall.
Well, that's one way to start it. Like, I don't think there's much more to say off that, right? That was really clean. He managed to get the kickoff, and both of the DePaul defending players were going for boost.
Well, it's a great way to start if you are a Seton Hall fan, already in the lead, and the clock starts now for DePaul. You have to score within the next 4 minutes and 45 seconds if you want to stay alive in this tournament. Flux will clear it out of his own zone. Breezy wants to challenge. He'll go back into the blue half. Now Jared tries his best to get there, won't be able to make the touch. Carmen Judy wins the 50s, looking for a deflection. That is a beautiful play. Flux will score. DePaul on the board.
Yeah, DePaul answering that back, and that play was absolutely gorgeous there. Carmen Judy getting the right tap. Flux contesting Breezy. Breezy tries to save it, slightly too far in the goal. He was like half a centimeter kind of the other way. He might have actually been able to save that there. It was a really good attempt. I really liked it, but now we're going to be going on tied up.
Flux has been a goal-scoring machine just today. And he continues his goal-scoring ways to tie things up here in Game 6. He would, I'm sure, love to score a couple more before the end of regulation time here, but Breezy, he's got a chance now over Karma. That's in. 2-1. Seton Hall get their lead back.
Yeah, and just like that, we are less than a minute into the game, Hunted, and we've already seen 3 goals. This is one of those games where it's going to be absolutely explosive.
Well, both teams know that it's do or die time right now. It's Game 6. Seton Hall can't afford to drop it, but they don't want to play Game 7. If you get forced into Game 7, your backs are against the wall as well. And for DePaul, everything has to be on the line now. There is no holding back. There is no slowing down. You have to go. You have to make these plays. But Seton Hall giving them a great run for their money here. 3:40 left to go. That is a touchdown in front. Carmen Judy tries to get by Jared Rumble to keep it in. Doesn't look like they have much of an offensive opportunity, especially with Tone coming over the top.
Carmen Judy now getting it back to Flux. Flux with a massive clear. Rumble in position, centers it back to Flux. Coming at him a bit too quickly. I don't think even Flux was ready for that one.
Oh, Karma!
Judy, though.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to put it. Carmen Judy saw a massive opportunity there, went for it, and it paid off.
It just looked like a whiff on the defensive side as well from Seton there. Karma reading that all the way, no fear. Puts the ball in the back of the goal. We're tied up yet again, 3:15 to go. Can Seton Hall respond the same way they did after the last 2 DePaul goals? That's just off the crossbar there. Carmen Judy back down towards Flux. This will pop way up high. Jared and Breezy both up for it now, as it will be Rumble. He's looking for the pass across. Can Breezy get there in time? Not in time to beat Flux, and we continue to play on 2-2 as halftime approaches.
Rumble trying to get it past. There's a good attempt by Tone to try and slow them down. Doesn't quite get the waterfall he was looking for. Rumble once again recentering it. This is an attempt by Flux, and that's going to be goal number 3 going towards DePaul. And we are just entering halftime, Hunted.
And look who it is yet again. It's Rumble making the passing play work. Flux will take that and send it to the back of the net. DePaul, when they get those passing plays working, it is so difficult to stop. Rumble has been so good at finding the open man.
Rumble and Flux at the moment have been the dynamic duo, with Karma Judy not to be forgotten about either. Letting it forward. Okay, we're seeing an opportunity. Plays it patiently. Breezy managing to save it to Tone. Tone now getting one tap stolen away by Rumble. Back to Jared. Jared for the clear. Tone centering it up. Jared's looking for it. Doesn't find it. Karma Juni managing to clear that away. Good setup coming out from Seton Hall, but just can't find the execution they're looking for.
They still have plenty of time, however. 1:45, and they only need a goal now as Breezy and Tone both double committing for this ball. That's dangerous if Karma can turn on this. We'll pop it up. It's going to be Jared to play it into the corner. Now Flux getting in the action in the corner, but again, Tone with a solid clear. Gets by Karma Juni. Rumble last man back, sends it on goal. Breezy should be able to get there. He does. And with 1:25, still a 1-goal lead for DePaul. Flux might make it 2 if he can get there. Almost got contact. Just couldn't quite send it on.
Yeah, Rumble just playing a game of ping pong at the moment. He's just kind of going back and forth in that center field, clearing it for his team when he needs to. And when you're in that position where you don't really need to worry about it, there it is. There is going to be goal number 4 going for DePaul.
It's just a great play yet again along the back wall. A beautiful challenge onto Tone there by Karma, and he will rotate around to finish the goal off as well. That's the second of the game for Karma Juni. 2 goals on 3 shots. Flux has 2 goals as well on his 5. That is all that DePaul has needed so far in this game. Seton Hall had their opportunities. They were unable to equalize as Flux, looking for his hat trick, gets denied by Breezy.
And you know what? Unless we see some massive shift in momentum and tempo in the next 45 seconds, we are going to be going to a Game 7, best of 7.
What a response from DePaul. They did not let that Game 5 loss get to them. They even went down 2 seconds into this one, and they battled back. They made sure that they were the ones to come out on top here in game number 6 to force a Game 7, to extend the tournament out as far as it possibly will go. Final 15 seconds ticking off the clock now. Tone tried to make something happen there, but with that clear, it's almost a certainty. Game 7 is on the horizon.
Yeah, here we go. It is mathematically impossible for Seton Hall to take this one back, but we will be going into a game number 7 as soon as the ball touches the ground, which I imagine both teams are not going to let happen. There we go. Oh dear. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 7. We've made it.
We've done it. We've made it all the way to a Game 7 today. The first 2 series ended in sweeps. DePaul sweeping theirs, Seton Hall sweeping theirs as well. And we talked about how close this series was going to be, and the players have absolutely lived up to that.
Yeah, I mean, and neither of these teams want to give up their perfect series record, showing by taking it all the way to game number 7. But unfortunately for one of the teams now, this game is going to decide who takes everything.
5 minutes to decide the victor here of this long Rocket League weekend. It has been so much fun, not only for the players on the field, I'm sure, but for you and I. It all comes down to this. We're underway. Game number 7, Seton Hall and DePaul.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles, as they say. Flux with an opportunity to set it up for his team. Breezy chasing after it. We see that follow-up play being made by Rumble, and Rumble is going to find goal number 1, 25 seconds into the game. A
great read from Rumble on Breezy right here. Ready for that touch. Just enough to get it by Tone as well, and that takes some finesse from the DePaul striker there. 1-0, 4:35 to go. We saw Seton Hall with an early goal that didn't turn into a game win in game 6. Can DePaul change their fortunes there?
That is a great question, as Jared now has ball possession. There is a lot going on. They are trying to fight for every inch that they can get. Tone managing to get it past 1. Gets a really good read, but Karma Juni, right place, right time with a massive stop of that push.
It was a beautiful pass by Tone to Breezy. As you said, Karma Juni reads the play well, makes the stop. Now looking for the pass out. Flux getting the demo onto Breezy in midair. Rumble's going to turn. Great move onto Jared. as this is going to give Flux a chance to shoot towards the net, but he pushed it wide. Breezy was there regardless. Still Karma Juni to keep things going for DePaul, but the patience by Rumble on that last play really shows the poise that this team has.
Karma Juni with the ball. Jared stopping it. This is a good attempt for Seton Hall. The demolition comes out onto Tone, however. Tone with a shot on goal as he went down. Now Karma Juni with a shot. Gonna hit that crossbar. Is it gonna go in? It's just rolling in front. Rumble not there fast enough. Tried though. Really made a good attempt.
3:15 to go. 1 goal in favor of DePaul. 2 players getting taken off the pitch simultaneously. That's a great save from Rumble on Jared. He had the angle. But Rumble was up just in time to pinch that one away. And Karma Juni finds the clear. Seton Hall so very close to the equalizer.
Seton Hall now. Breezy trying to run it down. There is a shot made onto the goal by Breezy, hitting that crossbar. A follow-up by Jared, and that's going to tie it up.
And this is a great pinch play between Breezy and Jared to start this one off. Breezy ends up getting demoed, but Jared's there for the follow-up. Just off the post and in. And what a way to tie things up for Seton Hall. We're approaching halftime. We are tied up at 1. Which of these teams is going to break that tie, send themselves ever closer to taking the victory here in this grand finals, as Karma Juni is going to stuff the attacker there and will score on the follow-up as well. Beautiful solo effort by Karma.
Karma manages to get a good hit, finding the goal straight past the defenders. And now we're going to see the pull up once again. We're coming into half-time. It's only the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds to decide who wins.
DePaul with the answer to Seton Hall's equalizer. They take their lead back as Jared sends that hard towards the net. Breezy's there for the follow-up. Why not? Back-to-back-to-back goals for these teams. We're tied up again, this time at 2.
Breezy managing to find it there. Like you said, back-to-back-to-back. Just like that, they've answered back, and now we're even.
Still a lot of Rocket League left to play, as Jared might have an opportunity one-on-one with Rumble. He didn't get the flick he was looking for. Breezy will keep the ball in, however, uses the ceiling to pass it down to Tone. Shot on, just wide. Now Flux and Rumble want to carry it away. Breezy's there to disrupt that. Jared looking to help out his teammate as well. 2 minutes left to go, tied at 2, game 7.
Flux hit, good hit. Breezy following it up though, has an opportunity. Karma Juni in goal, passes it to Rumble. Rumble passes it. Breezy steals it away. For a second there, I thought that was Flux. However, though, is going to be setting up nicely. This is a shot opportunity for Jared. Karma contests it.
Thrown out of the corner as well. Couldn't quite get by Rumble. Minute 35 left, as now Jared will rotate back. Good play to get by Rumble. Flux, however, tries to keep the ball in. Tone is the first one there to clear back into the blue zone. Karma now doing his best to play it down the wing. Here's Jared. He's going to go up that side wall. Touches it towards the net. Shouldn't be a problem for Flux. He's looking for the possession game, looking to control. Gets it taken away by Tone. This could be an opportunity. Karma Juni, what a save.
Now getting a pass at Rumble, landing it. Flux flying in. Flux looking to set it up for the rest of his team, but we do see all 3 players of Seton Hall playing it defensively, not wanting to let this one in, but there's an opportunity. Karma Juni not being able to find the touch. Rumble once again going in for it, tries to contest it, gets chipped up, pinched away by Jared.
So little time remaining, only 40 seconds left in regulation time. We are entering golden goal territory. Last goal wins here as Flux over to Rumble. Shot on, off the post with the shot. DePaul nearly takes the lead with 25 to go. Still the attack is on, but Jared gets a booming clearance. Seton Hall can rest for the moment.
Yeah, but now that clear is coming right back towards them. Tone managing to clear it. This is a back and forth. This is booming shot after booming shot, and this could be the opportunity.
No.
10 seconds on the clock. Karma Juni scores the 3rd.
And that's how it goes in. Karma Juni using the angle. Breezy's there, but he doesn't get the touch he needs. And that's DePaul in the lead with 9 seconds left. Jared has to win this kickoff to give Seton Hall a chance. Tone is there as well. It'll go into the blue zone. Nobody gets the touch for now. Tone over top of Flux. Into the corner comes Breezy. Rumble with the clear. Can he get it on the turf? He will. That's it. DePaul take game 7. It comes down to the final moments. Congratulations to the DePaul squad.
And that is going to be DePaul taking the tournament. They continue undefeated. Seton Hall dropping their first set, which happened to be the finals. I mean, either way that you look at that, that's an absolutely phenomenal run throughout the weekend. And Hunted, I don't know if you have any words that you want to say about that match, but that was possibly one of the best of 7 Rocket League matches I've ever seen.
Unbelievable sights to end the tournament here. It lived up to the hype. We saw a game 7 nearly in overtime, but DePaul, they come out the victors here. Well played to everyone, not just the DePaul squad. Seton Hall put up one unbelievable fight. It came down to the wire. It felt like it could go either way in those final moments. What a finish to a wonderful weekend of Rocket League.
No, 100%. And I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It's been an absolutely amazing last 2 days. There's been plenty of lows and highs for all of the teams, but DePaul managed to sneak it out right at the end there. Karma Juni getting that last goal. Congratulations to them for taking the win and managing to take home the crown. I also want to thank all of the schools for participating, and we can't wait to see you all again. Just and anytime, my man, I would just want to see more of these teams play. If I had my way, we'd see plenty more Rocket League today. But, of course, as I say, it is that time, Hunted, where we're going to sign off. We're going to say thank you to all the teams playing. Thank you for everybody that came to OS. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. And we will see you next time.